Hi everyone, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to the channel. I have your next video in the Ascended Masters messages from the Masters series. I'm not going to automatic write today. I am just feeling like I want to get straight to reading the cards, and also I might just channel a little bit at the beginning, and I feel like it's going to come right through me, and I'm not needing the writing today. So just a reminder, you guys, my sessions are open, even though I'm in a little bit of a limited schedule. You can book sessions with me. You can donate to the channel. You can join my online courses. You can subscribe to my newsletter, purchase my audio meditations, do all that stuff right on my website. It's spiritualmaterialgirl.com if you guys want to work with me in private session or pick up any learning tools in any way. That's all available to you, okay? All right, so as you guys know, I've been doing this series for a while now. I sit for a bit and just draw in the attention of calling in the Ascended Masters and Archangels. I don't have a sense of clearly who is coming through right now, but I'm just going to sit with it for a minute and just hear the guidance, okay? So just maybe if you take a deep breath and center yourself with me, I do believe that you'll receive the messages that are in alignment for you as well. So if it doesn't resonate, then you can just scrap it, or you can move on to the next video. What, baby Stella? My baby Stella's crying. All right, so let's just sit and breathe for a moment. So the word solidarity is coming up. Okay, so they're telling me they do want me to write. Alrighty. They're saying you need to see it because there's something that needs to be drawn. So I'm going to have to reach behind my board here and just grab my dry erase. All right. So solidarity, they're going to draw us something. Okay, solidarity. I'm going to have to move this back. Hopefully you guys can see. Okay. Okay, so they're talking to us about frequency, and all right, so they're saying, I have goosebumps. Okay, they're saying like, I have to tilt the camera. Sorry, it's kind of crooked here. There. All right, you guys. So they're saying that there's a density that's always kind of there, and like I feel like this could be attached to dark entities or entities that attach to us from a higher level. It could be our predisposition to, gravitate towards toxic people that or habits or behaviors that pull us down. There's this feeling of density down here, and these are the lower energies. And this feels like your solidarity. This feels like your aloneness. This feels like this, when they were drawing it, it felt like you expanding your light all on your own, like in your time alone, like learning how to expand your light. And in that same time of solitude, it's up to you as the individual to discern like what has been I feel like these forces, whatever they are, have been pulling at us, feeding off of our energy. And I think when we make the commitment to expand our light body, and this is, so how do we expand our light body? So one, you can work on expanding your light, like your luminas around the body, and clearing your chakras. But the most important thing, I feel like, is the direct connect here, because we can't have a person or an entity feeding off of us with darker, lower energy if we are in the highest vibration, unless we are allowing ourselves to go into those relationships, or those connections, or those habits, or those cycles. So this is where I feel like this is temptation. Okay. And that could be temptation towards like a relationship that wasn't healthy for us, or someone that pulls at our energy, or some sort of an addiction, or some sort of a lower vibrational thinking. It could be any one of those. There are forces here that are also feeding off your energy as you connect into the denser lower vibration. So not only are you in the physical, perhaps going into a toxic relationship or a toxic cycle or habit, but you're also feeding other entities. So you're feeding probably like the toxic person, they're feeding off of your energy. And then you're feeding like higher entities who are, basically they're dark entities who attach to these lower vibrations. And it's like really important at this time that we cut that. And the only way that you cut that is not through necessarily like just pulling yourself away from toxic people, but it's also just not giving your thoughts that way. And I think some of you who have had like toxic people in your past, or toxic entities in your past, or anyone who's drained you, or even there might be the subtleties of someone that you have perceived as your twin flame, like, this is often like the people with the narcissistic tendencies or the sociopathic tendencies. When we give our thoughts there, even the thoughts, we're feeding the dark entities. We're feeding that person. We're feeding their energy field. And as a result, our energy field gets more diminished, and our light can't shine as bright, and our frequency can't wave out to the universe. So it's more than just, it starts within you. One is letting go of the habits and the toxic patterns, or anything lower vibrational. Smoking, they're showing me, drinking, alcohol is not serving a lot of people right now. Upping your diet to a more high vibrational diet, more vegetables, more juices, more waters, more produce, more organic food, more, less meat, less dairy, less, eggs, stuff like that. And taking care of your body, exercising, meditating, coming into a higher consciousness. That's going to help you resist that temptation to want to put your thoughts towards the darker people or entities that are attached to them. I think we all have these entities, but it's also easy to release them because they usually come through the people that we're attached to. So those of you who have had like the toxic person or toxic relationship, or maybe you've just been these toxic cycles, like you can up level by shifting, like through shifting your habits, through shifting how you take care of your body, through shifting where you put your thoughts. And then I see as people start to become very conscious of this, these attachments, some of you might say sometimes like, I have a feeling that I'm like, I feel afraid, or I just feel like something dark is around me, or I feel like my energy is being drained and I don't know why. Well, that's why. So it's not necessarily about resisting the temptation. It's about truly redirecting ourselves up into the light. And I think in order to hear this guidance and really see like what's going on energetically, we've got to be completely aligned with ourselves to receive the clarity. And maybe that's why they're talking about solidarity. It's also about solidarity, like being one with your light. It's not letting yourself be split or divided with other dark energies or other entities or people that are feeding off of your energy. And it's happening all the time. It's like, even if you don't realize it, and it's almost for everyone. So draw your attention to that, not in a paranoia sense, but in a calm sense of like, where might I be putting my thoughts? Where might I have attachments that are feeding another's energy, another energy field? Because if you're feeding another energy field, big or small, that's less energy that you have to give to your light and to radiate out to the world, okay? So I feel like that's what they wanted to come through on the automatic writing. Be interesting to see if the cards have any further messages for us around that. Now we're a little crooked here. Sorry, I'm trying to get this somewhat even here. All right. Still sipping my tea, you guys. Okay. Let's go to, we'll do Oracle cards first. We'll do some of the Oracle cards, some of the Ascended Masters. The thing that they were showing me was I need to use the Sacred Earth Oracle first. Okay, so I don't know why, but that's how they want me to start. Hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you have a nice 4th of July holiday. Okay, so moderation. So we see the hummingbirds, and the message is moderation. And I feel like this is also about our addictions, they're saying everything in moderation. Even your thoughts. Like sometimes we get so heavy weighted into the pull of our thoughts, and then we spiral. And even in thinking, you should only spend so long in your thinking mind every hour. You should be moderating that and moderating it in such a way that you're able to pull yourself into creative activities or meditative activities to release the thinking mind. And I'm talking about every hour, not just every day. But this is also about moderation in our temptations, our addictions, it's about finding balance in ourselves. It's okay to enjoy and to have pleasure, but it's also, you must be mindful of where there's excess. Okay, so leave that right there. Whoop. We had a couple falling out. Okay, so they're saying stretch. So I feel like this is stretching yourself beyond your own physical and mental and emotional limitations, but in a healthy sense. They're talking about stretching beyond what we thought we could do. And there's some indication here I get that there's something that we're feeling like, oh, that's big, like that, how could we do that? How could we finish that over the next few months? And they're saying, oh yeah, you can. They're saying by the fall, at least the fall in the Northern Hemisphere, like September, October, you're going to have stretched yourself past the limitations of your own mind and for some of you, even your own body. And you'll have, like for me, I feel like this is a message about healing my physical body. I feel like for some of you, it also could be towards like projects, creative projects, business type things that you're feeling like, oh yeah, I'll do that someday, or oh, I don't have the resources to do that yet, or like they're saying stretch yourself now, stretch your creative imagination, stretch your resources, stretch your ability to go beyond your self-imposed limitations. And that's going to help you kind of get it done. And I feel like we're getting a push of heat like that. Definitely I feel like in August too, like as we come up on that Leo energy, but definitely from the eclipses, it's creating heat, action type energy that's helping us push our projects forward and push things forward. And I feel like it's really about overcoming our own limitations, self-imposed limitations. And those self-imposed limitations are probably a result of our programming and our wounding, right? I'll bring this a little closer. Put that there, like that. Okay. Okay. Magnetism. And the magnetism is about the balance, the yin and yang, and from within. And as you balance from within, you're going to magnetize. I feel like it's just like the diagram we saw. I'm going to grab the dry erase board again. This is about, remember I keep saying, find the song of your soul in solidarity, like as you pertaining to standing in your own light, standing on your own. And then when you disconnect from these temptations and from this energy that you're feeding to others, even maybe not knowing it, your light, first of all, you're going to balance more within yourself. Then your light is going to be greater, and you're going to be able to magnetize into your field new opportunities, lighter people, lighter connections, and a whole new set of, I think, 5D, like dreams come true and your wishes fulfilled. It's there's a certain balance being achieved as you really pull back your light and shine it onto yourself and magnetize it out to the universe. Then you're going to magnetize in the people, the situations that are going to help you expand. So that's really, really important. The bottom of this deck is ready but waiting, and it's in reverse. And I really do feel like you all are ready to take the next steps in something. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what the heck I just started choking. So don't choke. Move forward. Oh my God, you guys. I don't even know. It's like something flew into the back of my throat. So that's not a coincidence. We're choking up, I feel. We're choking up. We're choking. We're tripping ourselves up. We're ready, but we're waiting. And I feel like, no, you're ready. It's time to move forward. Take the next step. Everyone's time to take the next step. What are you waiting for? They're saying. You're ready. You're ready to take the next step on your own path. And I think maybe you've been ready but waiting for the twin flame to return, or ready but waiting for the right amount of resources to show up, or ready but waiting for your excuses to go away. And they're saying, or ready but, waiting because of fear. Whatever that is, take the next step in whatever it is you want to do next. This might be the next step in detaching yourself from a situation. This might be the next step in, like I said, a creative project or something, pertaining to your mission or an idea. And, or it could be even this notion of some of the twin flames being ready, but there's like this waiting because one or both twins are sensing that the timing isn't right, or they're scared that the timing isn't right. But I do get the sense like it's time to come out of that waiting room in all senses and take a step forward, one step forward, not come shooting out of the gate, but take a step forward. So I feel guided, since we kind of got onto twin flames, to go to the tarot deck. So let's ask about these twin flame relationships at this time. Okay, the star card. So that's saying the stars are going to align, things are going to line up, things are going to fall into place. But I feel like we are it's this sort of ready but waiting for the perfect timing. Like we're waiting for that perfect timing right now. It could be the divine masculine holding back a little bit, could be the feminine. I do also get that, like, as you blaze your own trail and you expand your light and you move forward on your own path, like the right timing will come and it'll evoke that communication or that stepping forth from one party or the other. And so this is a very positive card because it's saying like things are going to line up. It's just, I feel like there's hesitation right now, and rightfully so, because it seems like there's probably things that have happened in the past that have created a fear or hesitation. So that's, again, like, that's fearing, that's being afraid. Like, I feel like I get the sense that this is less about, like, our own, like, wounding and stuff this time. It's more about, like, I'm scared to take off the blinders. It could be a little bit of, like, it's safer in the 5D. It's safer having no contact. Is that feeling, I feel like, for twins, like, it's safer. Like, it's scary to think about having physical contact for some of you. It's scary to open up your arms and see one another. But I do feel like those blinders and that sort of, there's a desire that's going to win out over that. So there's a bit of blocking ourselves from stepping forth because there's fear there still. And that fear could be stemming from within us, from our wounding and stuff like that. And that's definitely where our fear stems from, right? You guys know that, especially those of you who work with me in coaching or taking my courses. Like, that's where our fear comes from. And from past lives, from our programming, from our wounding. So I do feel like if you're still in fear, notice that, because you've got to be standing open on your path in order to receive. And if you're not standing open on your path in order to receive, you're blocking out through fear, via fear, you're blocking out the potential of union for some of you, and or reunion with someone that maybe is a partner who's coming in for you. So let's see what else they say. High Priestess. So this feels like a very different energy. This is about coming into the higher knowing of what's right. It's trusting the timing. It's trusting. It's also being open and trusting. It's total. Look at these two cards. Okay, and they're both twos. You see the difference? They're trying to show us a contrast. And so I feel like this is, I have goosebumps. Do you guys? This is an evolution as well. Like you're coming from this wounded, blocked, fear-based energy and into the High Priestess or High Priest energy. And this is what's going to make everything sort of line up, is that evolution. Coming into the knowing, trusting, coming into your power, taking the blinders off, detaching yourself from fear, detaching yourself from lower entities and energies that are feeding off of you, standing in your own light, standing on your own, in your own power, not being afraid, fearless. That's going to help everything fall into place. Whoa. Okay, so the Page of Wands just flew out, and another card, and we'll do one more little shuffle. Okay, so I'll do this the way it came out. All right. So they're definitely showing us, I wanted to show you like what it looks like on the table here. Oops, a little battery warning. Okay, so they are showing us, like, see, this is the energy that's keeping us blocked. It's still the fear of abandonment. It's the fear of being rejected. It's the fear of, like, oh, if I step forth, or if I, it's still that fear of abandonment or being left out, or the lack. And I feel like there's a change in our focus and our perspective that can happen, that's going to help us move forward. And we're moving forward in our priestess energy. So the Chariot in reverse is like, this I feel like is just being blocked a little bit, this forward movement, the decisions to move forward, because of where our focus has been. It's our focus, for some people, like your focus has still been on the past, what's gone wrong in the past, the fears. And I feel like when you shift your focus into just how you can create the new, and what you're doing in a seedling sort of way to sprout that in this reality, and stand on your own, like stand on your own 2 feet, stand in your own solidarity, in your own light. That's going to help things move forward and help you come more into your power. This could also be, like codependency, and it's about standing on your own and nurturing something new within yourself. And I feel like that's going to help things move forward in these connections. The Empress and the Two of Wands. So again, I think it's the looking out and wanting more, but not being totally quite ready to take that step. And that could be for the masculine. And I feel like this represents the feminine, who's getting more rooted in her divine feminine energy. I think it could represent all of us, where our feminine energy is finding its power, is finding its balance, and our masculine energy is also doing the same, like where it's more There's still a little fear about stepping out and taking action, but there's a contemplation, I feel like, from a masculine level about what the next steps are going to be and wanting to expand and wanting to step out and take action. But it's not quite time just yet, is the message I'm getting. It's almost time, but I think that, like, before you take the step towards one another, you must take one more step towards your own path. And this could be also like just, I feel like this is kind of the temptations that I was talking about. Like, maybe there's all sorts of temptation around you. It could be temptation to go back to the past. It could be temptation to attach to lower entities or energies. It could be lots of different options, and it's creating confusion or muck, or not where it's preventing you from finding the clarity of your intention. But I feel like this is truly about forsaking the temptation and forsaking the options, and really knowing what you want in alignment with your integrity. Like, that's truly important. The bottom of this deck is the Death card, which means we're in this eclipse energy here. You know, we're going to be, you know, basically when you guys see this video, we're going to be right after the solar eclipse. We're going to be prior to the lunar eclipse. And there's endings happening for sure. And those endings are setting you forward on your path. Whatever comes to a close during this time, trust it. Whatever it is. It could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be a way of thinking or being that you need to kind of end, where you're giving your thoughts your power to. That's going to set you free to move forward and to have the stars align, to come more fully into your light. And that's going to help a lot of things line up in the physical, things that haven't been able to line up until now. So August and September are going to be big months for, like I said, like unions, communication for twin flames, and just a steady moving forward, I feel. See what the archangels and ascended masters have to say. So gentleness and nurture is from the archangels, Gabriel and Sandalphon. So I feel like it's just nurturing ourselves and being gentle with ourselves at this time. It's also surrounding yourself with the people who are also empathic, also nurturing, also compassionate. I have seen, oh my God, in my whole process that I've been going through, I have been putting out that I want to encounter only soft, gentle, compassionate people, and that's all that I have been surrounded by, and I'm so thankful. And it's like, truly, you can set the intention for this. And this is really about getting away from the harsher energies, and also how we're harsh on ourselves and how we beat up on ourselves and how we speak to ourselves. And, you know, asking to be coddled by the universe and asking for those types of people to be around us and for that type of support, even from strangers, you can call that in. That's quite possible for everyone, especially I feel like as Mother Mary is blanketing us with this very nurturing energy, like over the collective. She's asking us to tap in and feel what that feels like, and then ask for more of it and align with it. Okay? The bottom of this deck is claircognizance in reverse. That's saying, like, you guys maybe know something and you're not maybe trusting it. Trust it. Trust what you know. Trust the knowing that comes through. From the Ascended Masters, oh, someone just flew out. I gotta get it. We have seen this in the last 3 readings. And what have I been saying? I've been saying put your water in a glass and charge it in the sun. This could also be like in the recalibration of your energy. Drinking more water, going to the water, bathing in water will help you calibrate to the higher frequency and drop the lower energies, okay, and the attachments that we have to lower things, lower vibrational habits, lower people. So again, we've seen her 3 weeks in a row, which is crazy. And St. Francis, and I love that St. Francis came through because we got the All Saints message last week. So he's saying follow your heart. Follow your heart, you know. Don't let your fears stop you. And also, you know, get out of your thinking mind, right? Like, you think in moderation. And allow yourself to align with your heart. And I do feel like our heart chakras are expanding. We're learning how to just move out into the universe, into the world, into the physical world, beaming love. And like, the more we expand our light, the more we're going to be able to do that. And not only follow our hearts towards our own personal dreams and passions fulfilled, but also like in terms of calling in just connection of all types and walking through the world in a state of love rather than fear and projection and judgment, right? And Isis is coming in, balance, career, and home life. So this is about balancing our masculine, feminine energy, being the total person, the total woman, the total man, the total having it all. And I feel like that desire is there for a lot of people. I hear a lot of people say that. I have that desire, right? To kind of be the total woman or the total person. And that requires balance. And I feel like we're working on that right now. This could be that you might need to reprioritize a little bit at this time to balance. And I feel like prioritizing yourself, prioritizing your projects, your passions, that needs to be at the forefront, okay? The bottom of this deck is work your magic. See? Here we go again. This is about manifesting, knowing what we want, putting it out to the universe, and believing in yourself, right? Trusting the knowing, the divine timing, knowing when to take action, knowing, you know, anchoring in the inspirations, the ideas. Okay. I think we'll leave this deck alone. We're just going to pull a clarifier or two from Christina Georgieva's Little Wanderer deck. You guys can pick these up at littlewanderer.com. I think they're being reprinted right now, but healing. So we're healing. That's good. This is the shadow that's healing, which I feel like is that 2 of Swords. And there's a huge healing taking place on the planet right now. And you are protected. You are safe. There's so many helpers around us right now helping us walk into the light that you've got to elevate towards those helpers. And I do feel like the message here, and a great way to close with our opening message, is that in order to lean on these angelic helpers, these divine helpers, we must detach ourselves from the lower entities that maybe we don't even realize we're attached to, right? So in order to receive this help, this protection, this feeling of safety, because it's all around you and it's within you as well. And I feel like that comes from solidarity. It comes from knowing you have your own wings on your back as well, not just helpers around you. So I hope that that's helpful for you guys. I'm going to leave it here. Love you guys. And again, if you want to work with me, spiritualmaterialgirl.com, and I'll see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye.